What's up guys, on this episode we will install a rear spoiler. This is the catalog details and here's the actual part. It is already painted in metallic black to match the color of the car, and I had this repainted about a week ago. Before I went on the paint shop, I already removed the light assembly and cleaned the left adhesives on the mounting so they can focus on repainting this part without doing any other extra work. So for the installation of this, you'll have to drill on the trunk. We have 3 holes, 2 holes for the screws, one right here and one on the other end, and the third hole is for the wiring of the additional brake light. But on my case, the trunk is already drilled. It was drilled when I visited my hometown. Special thanks to my dad for helping me out. We use his tools on drilling it. And speaking of my dad, he has been very helpful and supportive on my interest on cars, and I have learned a lot from him in terms of technicality on cars. And with this encouragement as well, I was able to practice on changing the suspension of a car, and that's without any helper, so I'm changing it by myself, all corners. So thank you Dad for always being supportive. And going back, so what I did on the drilling process is that I use a painter's tape as a filler, so I fill the holes, and then on the tip of the filler I applied a pen correction fluid. So this is a white liquid. Since I have a black car, the transfer of the white liquid will be evident enough to make them as our guidelines for drilling. Once you have the fillers ready, you just have to press this spoiler firmly on the trunk, considering that you have aligned and positioned it based on your preference, since we do not have the markings on the trunk, which I believe the Japanese trunk has. So right here, as you can see, we have double-sided mounting tape, 3M original, and on this portion we have a foam tape. So if you're wondering why there's a foam tape right here instead of double-sided mounting tape, it's because I just follow the factory materials. When I got this, it has a foam tape on this portion. So if you're wondering how the foam tape looks like, here it is. This is what I use. So as you can see, the part is already prepared for mounting. All in, the mounting materials are all here. The interesting about this is it only weighs at exactly 1.5 kilograms. And I have installed spoilers and ducktails on other cars, but they are way heavier than this one, considering this is actually a bigger one. And by the way, the material of this is ABS, as seen on the catalog right here. So it's nice to have, it's very lightweight. So let's go guys and mount this on the car. Alright guys, this is the factory wiring harness for the trunk. We have 3 connectors right here. I just wrap them with plastic just to be safe while they are removed. So the 2 of these will go on the plate light, one right there and one right here, and the other one is for the latch sensor. So for the spoiler connection, we'll have to add a new connector at this harness. So we'll create a new branch right here. So from here, we'll have a running wire going on this insulator, and the ground wire we will get from this bolt as well. So we'll have a running wire from this bolt going that way, and it will join the harness for the trunk right here. Okay guys, here's the connector for the spoiler. I still have the original, so I'm not forced to use an aftermarket connector. I just added it on one of the branch for the plate light, so the right plate light. So this is how it looks now. For the positive wire, we will tap on this cream wire. This is the wire for the third brake light. I have measured the ampere draw of the third brake light and checked the wire of it, and as well as the ampere draw of the spoiler. So tapping on this wire should not have any issue. Here is the ground wire, and it is already added on this bolt. Here is the positive connection. We use an OEM wire tap connector. Alright guys, I already installed the harness. So as you can see, the design is still same as the factory. And this is the connector for the spoiler. So the wire will go that way. And this connector right here, this is for the power trunk, and that will be covered on the future episode. So right there, very clean.